Hello, all dear students. On behalf of Shah and Anchor Kachi Engineering College, I, Manish Bhelande, Assistant Professor from IT Department, welcomes you on the first session of 3 days workshop on Quick Start to IoT. I hope that during this pandemic time, you and your family are safe. And also, I would like to thank to you all participants for showing an active involvement for this 3 days online workshop. So starting with the sessions, these are the topics that we are going to cover. So it starts with the introduction, then its working, its advantages, and most importantly, its application. So here the terms IoT stands for the Internet of Things, or in the simple words, the things that can be operate through the internet. Now the question arises, so what are the things? The things here refers to the objects, so that can be any that can be your home appliances or any other devices or electronic devices that we use in our daily life. So for this, just consider one example of home automation. Suppose you and your family goes out for an holiday and by mistakenly the machine was left switch on. So in such case, without IoT, we had no any other option. Means with the help of the IoT, appliances can be controlled with the help of your mobile or computer that can be made switch on and off at any time and from anywhere. Means what? These objects are accessibly or connected through the internet at any through connected to the internet to any device, to anybody at anywhere, anytime, or at any network to any businesses. Means it should be accessible through means it should be the accessibility is 24/7. So the main goal of IoT is to extend the internet connectivity from the standard devices, which are as computers, mobile phone, and electronic devices. So now, how we are going to define the IoT or the Internet of Things? Here, the for simple definition, or the as I told you that IoT, where the internet plays in the IoT, internet plays a very important role. So we can define the IoT as the process of connecting physical devices to the internet for sharing, collecting, and transferring the data. So that whatever the devices that has been connected to the through the internet can communicate. Okay, so the main advantages for the IoT is that the people can be stay connected globally, which can be the remotest corner of the world, so that where the devices can work on the low power without degrading its accuracy. So that's the main you can say the beauty of IoT, where the people can be stay connected whether the device is working on the low power, okay, and without degrading its accuracy. So now the question arises, next question might be arises in your mind, that how does IoT works? So as the internet has changed the way we work and communicating, like by connecting human through the World Wide Web, so IoT aims to take this connectivity to the next level by connecting the various devices to the internet, so that it can communicate the human machine or machine to machine interaction also. So for this IoT working, there are the 4 basic components that has been used, or we can say the 4 basic pillars on which the IoT works. So which are those? The first one is the sensor, second one is the connectivity, third one is the data processing, and fourth one is your user interface. So now it's starting with the sensor. The sensors are nothing but the small electronic components that is used for collecting the live real data from the surrounding environment. Means it will collect the data from your surrounding environment, just like temperature, then the humidity, then your air pressure, then your carbon dioxide, and the camera, etc. Whereas the connectivity as the internet, as I told you that the internet plays a very important role in the IoT. So this will gives us the ability to transport data points to the other location, to another location, you can say, where the examples like where the examples that can include your Wi-Fi, that can be your cellular data, that can be your Sigfox, or that can be a Bluetooth. Okay, so these plays very important role for connecting the devices. Okay, next one is your data processing. So now what's the data processing? Whatever the data that has been get collected from the sensors, so obviously that needs to be processed and it need to be translated into a usable information. So that is the main work of the data processing and performing the necessary computation, and that data is further transferred to the user interface, which is the our fourth important component. Where the user interface, it is the point at which human user can interact with your mobile, then the computer or any other application to understand the data that has been captured by the various IoT devices. So these are the four main components on which, or where you can say the how does the IoT works. Means it is a combination of wireless technology, physical devices, advanced data analytics, and cloud computing for storing and processing the data. So this is all about how it works. So now moving to the advantages. As IoT is now in nowadays, it's a booming technology and it has been used in almost all domains and in almost every sector. So obviously it has a n number of advantages. So it started with the connected infrastructure. With the connected infrastructure, it delivers the maximum performance, time saving, space optimization, superior customer experience, and sustainability by design to address challenges. Next one is the automation and control. Due to the physical objects getting connected and controlled digitally and centrally with wireless infrastructure, there is a large amount of automation and control in work. Without human intervention, the machines are able to communicate with each other, leading to faster and timely output. So that about the automation and control. Next, third one is your connected transportation. Using IoT in aviation, then rail and roadways can improve the safety, lower cost for the greater scale, make transportation more secure, and enable smart choices. IoT helps to monitor things in real time. We can know the availability of the things instantly and track them whatever and wherever they want. Just now in the first in the introduction, I told you it can be get connected anywhere, anytime to any devices. Then fourth one is your time saving. IoT saves a lot of time by automation the tasks which are otherwise very time consuming. IoT applications provide personal assistant who can alarm on everyday plans. Next is the connected people. IoT is connecting people to the work, home, and health smartly, so productivity and efficiency can be increased. Monitoring and security of homes can be enhanced, and health problems can be identified and solved on time. So this is one of the important factor, or we can say one of the greatest advantage of connected people, because in the last 2 years during the pandemic, we are facing that we are connecting the people with the help of such kind of the technology, where many of the problems that has been get resolved due to the online connectivity of the people. Now, what are its applications? What are the applications of the IoT? As I told you, IoT is nowadays using in almost all domains, in every sector. You will get an IoT, the usage of IoT. So it starts with the transport. These are the various applications or the various domains where the IoT concepts it has been mostly used. So it starts with the transport and logistics, where it for the fleet management and goods tracking. Then it is for the utilities, for the smart metering, smart grid management. Then for the smart cities, where we have the parking sensors. where the smart parking can be done. Then we have the waste management, etc. Such kind of the issues can be easily resolved. Next one is the smart building, where we have the smoke detector, then the home automations. Then for the consumers, we have the wearables, then the kids or the senior tracker, with the help of the smart watches. It will easily, we can easily able to track them through the GPS. Next one for the industrial, in the industrial domain, it can be used for the process monitoring and control and for the maintenance monitoring. Whereas for the environment, it can be used for monitoring or alerts the environment monitoring, where it go for the food monitoring or it alerts, such kind of the things can be used. And whereas in the agriculture sector, it will give the notification about the climate and the livestock tracking. Plus, the list goes on as for the application, it can be used in the healthcare, then again in the education systems, in almost all sector where the IoT nowadays are used. So these are the real world IoT applications in the different domains. So lastly, just I want to say that IoT has created an opportunity to the opportunities to directly connect and create the link between the physical world to the computer-based system by using sensors and internet. Means see here, you can see the current and the future prospects of the IoT in the diagram. You are able to see that in where are the connected device per person. So in the 2020, you can see that connected devices of 50 billion, whereas the world population is 7.6 million. Means the connection means the connected device is more than the people. So this is how the IoT nowadays, it is, means most of the devices it has been get connected. Okay, so that's why it would definitely going to improve your efficiency, accuracy, along with its no manual intervention. It's all the things you do with the machine will only coordinate or will communicate with each other without any manual intervention. So this is all about the small introduction or the brief introduction you can say about an IoT. I hope that you had understood the concept of IoT. At least you know the what is mean by the IoT. So these are the references. If you want to go, if you want to go more into the depth, so you can use these references. It is having the videos also that will give the definitely again the idea about the IoT. Okay, into much more detail. So this is all about for the today's first session about an IoT. So yes, that's all. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy learning.